Mari menyanyi, bumi sol, mari menyanyi, mari nyanyi bersama, menyanyi tentang cinta.
Okay, welcome to the 2603 podcast. We haven't done this in a while, and by we, I mean myself and Sam.
And anyone,
that's who I have
matter.
today. Yeah, and anyone. Well, Daniel's still not because he's not here today because he's super busy. But
very.
Yeah. And it's weird. It's like you think we have more time to talk about shit during COVID-19 times, because I don't even remember the last time we did one. I think we did do one during COVID. Right?
Yeah, I was with Elliot.
Yeah, with Jorge and Elliot.
Oh, but that never happened.
Oh yeah, shit. We never uploaded that episode.
Oh god. Whoops.
Well, it doesn't matter. The thing
is, I think it was funny if I remember.
I think so too. I think it's always funny, but well, the thing is though, I think we should start doing this more often, mostly because I made it easier for me to edit and you know,
it's therapeutic.
Yeah. Also, there's a YouTube. I mean, there's some visual that goes with this podcast. If you want to watch the video, I'm gonna upload it to my YouTube channel, but you can still listen to it. It's still a good episode. It'll still be a good episode without video.
You're making promises in the beginning.
But it'll help if you watch the video, because today we're talking about Bean Dad, which Sam has not heard about yet. Maybe you have or haven't. But it's another Twitter cancellation. You know, people on Twitter are going to cancel this guy. Or trying
Josh
to
is building this whole thing up, and he just told me that we're going to wait till the end to talk about it.
We are going to wait till the end.
Building up all day, and so I got to wait. I have no idea what this is.
But we only have one thing. I only have one thing to talk about before Being Dad.
Oh, so it's a short podcast. Sweet.
At least an hour. At least 45 minutes.
Okay. Cool.
So,
but anyways,
we'll get to Being Dad in a minute, because it's a pretty good. There's a lot of opinions to go around. I have my own opinions. I'm sure Sam will have his. Hopefully, we both don't agree, because that'll
be very boring. So
it won't be boring. It will just be. But whatever. Anyway,
I am a doormat, so you know, get ready to be let down. All right, let's get going.
All right. Well, before the podcast started, I saw this post on Reddit about the Stop the Steal rally in D.C. going on, and Roger Stone, who you may know as a Republican lobbyist, he made an appearance. He's a convicted felon with like the Mueller shit. Right.
Mm-hmm. He just got pardoned, in fact, I believe.
Did he? I think so. I think Trump pardoned his ass. But anyway, the funny thing is, this guy made a comment on Reddit about it, and he was saying all this stuff that happened during the rally, and it was super unbelievable. I thought it was like a copy pasta at first. I was like, oh, what copy pasta is this? You know? But then he posted a video of it, and I was like, this is insane that it's real. So we're going to watch that video.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so the first crazy thing that happens I want you to pay attention to is they're going to introduce Roger Stone, but before they introduce him, they do like this really cheesy song. Hold on. Here, just listen.
All right, y'all. He's one of Trump's biggest allies. He called out the Clintons. He called out the Bushes, and for that reason alone, he was a target of the swamp.
Okay, so for the audio listeners, this girl in like this yellow cowboy hat and this big ass gaudy fur coat, and she's bringing up
the token black people from the crowd. I mean, there's no better explanation,
There's
dude.
Literally,
she's obnoxious.
No other
God
person of color in the crowd except for these two that she brought up.
God damn it.
I agree. Roger Stone did nothing wrong on the game. Come on, man.
You think we should call him up here to prove it?
I think Roger Stone should come up here and prove it then. I'm with it.
Hey, Roger, why don't you come up here and
Oh my god.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now they're dancing.
What the fuck is happening?
Okay, look at how Roger Stone is dressed.
Oh, dude. No, you can't pause it right there when you start fist bumping. Go.
Okay.
Like,
well, first of all,
this.
he's dressed like he's in the fucking mafia with a pinstripe suit and a fucking fedora. But let's go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
And extra tan.
Hey,
Oh my god, no. Oh.
Oh, also, I just noticed this. That dude is wearing a fucking Make America a MAGA bucket hat.
Yeah. Dude,
kind of fucking dope.
There's so much in this. The layers of cringe lay upon each other.
Roger Stone did nothing wrong. Okay, hold on. The song
Leave
goes
Roger
on.
Stone alone.
The song goes on.
Hands as a target on your back. Catch a suicide or jail for life or a sudden heart attack. They'll
What?
call you Russian assets when they're all out of luck. Tell me, how'd you get obstruction when there's nothing to obstruct? Roger Stone did nothing wrong. Leave Roger Stone alone. Sing it. Roger Stone did nothing wrong. Leave Roger.
So what
Even the people in the back are just staring.
what
And they're
confuses
trying
me is the black guy eventually starts rapping, but I don't get why they brought the black girl on there because she's not really harmonizing or anything. It was just like, look, black people
Like
have the
Trump
same
too.
opinion. Yeah.
Dude,
Okay, hold on. Let me fast forward to the rapping.
bro, doing this, trying to get their crowd hyped, reminds me of the story you told about Decca when you guys were trying to get them going. This is like you guys from high school if you were Republicans.
Or it's like that.
But the same reaction. No one was hyped with you guys, and no one is hyped with them. They're just
No,
dead.
it's like the. Yeah, that's funny. That's true, but it's more like the Jeb Bush thing, where he's like,
Oh.
"Please clap."
Oh god, dude! Please get past this cringe.
Hold
It's
on,
hurting.
I have to
so
listen
bad.
to the
Oh
rap.
no, I don't want to
I
listen to
guess
the rap.
that was a demonstration of intimidation. Anyone think that's a bit amazing or humiliating? This the witch hunt. They said he lied about the email. Without providing the details and details.
Oh no, he keeps missing parts of the song that he wrote.
Okay, so that's enough of that. I don't want to watch any more of that. But
Please
that's
don't.
that's just how it started. Now, I want you to see if you can pick up what I'm about to show you on 210. I'm not even gonna explain what happens. I just want you to see what. If you can
Okay.
pick it up, I'm sure you will. It's pretty obvious.
Bro.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all better make some noise for the one and only Roger Stone!
The first thing that comes out of his mouth.
Thank you. Thank you. I have 2 words to say. Thank you, Jesus.
What's wrong with that?
Isn't he Jewish or something?
No, you didn't catch it.
I didn't.
He says,
I have 2 words to say.
how
Oh
many?
god. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank
Oh
you,
god, 3
Jesus.
words.
How do you fuck that up? He says, I
'Cause-
got 2 words to say.
Apparently I belong in that crowd because I didn't catch it either. Holy fuck.
Thank you,
Dude,
Jesus.
his arms are spread in the air like YMCA as well for some reason. Oh god damn it, dude. If
So-
oh,
Yeah,
bro,
so
you
go
need to
ahead.
post a link for this so people who don't get to see it can.
Sure, I'll post
Yeah,
the
all,
link to this.
all 5 of the people who are gonna look.
Or
But
they could just go
God.
to the YouTube video that I'm about to post for this.
yeah, exactly. Holy fuck, dude. This is so cringe, dude. Are we almost done? It hurts my soul.
Just a few more things, okay?
How many people
Uh,
attended this thing?
I don't know.
Seems
So-
like a good chunk.
I'm just gonna play this part because this is pretty much what the gist of what he's saying right here.
In fact, everything about the Trump presidency is improbable. That a billionaire who cannot be bullied and cannot be bought and cannot be controlled would
Oh.
rise up to save this nation from the
Oh,
two-party
God.
duopoly that ran this country into the ground.
Duopoly.
Any thoughts? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. A duopoly. When he's part of that duopoly, he ran in the Republican Party.
He helped create that shit, but okay. Oh, okay. I mean, it's still there. I don't see how he's saying he saved it from the duopoly. But God damn it, dude! Why are you putting me through this torture?
That is the
God.
gist of the speech, right?
Ugh.
That's the gist of it. Few notable things here. What he does here. Let's check this out. Look what he does here. He does the Nixon.
Oh, bro, he even puts his chicken neck down and everything. Oh,
that's
God.
a good impression.
By the way, although I hate this guy, I also am still kind of a fan of the guy who obviously has that. He's holding that "Stop the Steal" sign, wearing the MAGA hat, but he's wearing a suit that looks like it's made of bricks. So obviously he wore that at a build the wall thing, and he's like, "Well, I need to get a few uses out of this." Just brought it here. God damn, dude.
This is the last part I wanted you to see. Just what he says right here. This is how he ends his speech.
He looks like an underdone turkey.
I have two things I want to conclude by saying. One, Roger Stone did nothing wrong.
Oh my God.
That's number
Two, Donald Trump is the greatest president since Abraham Lincoln because he freed this slave.
Oh no!
What's wrong with this guy? This is the
He
guy
looks
that
like
was.
he's on some type of drugs for sure. He does not look sober. I mean,
got
Roger
that
Stone is
pinstripe.
crazy, but I think I don't know, dude. He may be just on. He's always been crazy. Now I think he's on the full blown crazy train because he's surrounded by that hype people get when they're in a big crowd. Like if you're at a good show, like a show with a good band, and it's kind of small, and you're like, oh, this is cool. But then you're at a show where it's a bigger crowd and everyone's fucking hyped and it just infects you. I feel like the stupidity fully grabbed him and he's just in it and loving it.
I'll make the argument that happened when Trump got elected because he's been around longer than Trump's been around in politics.
much longer.
Right? So like, but it wasn't until he's like, my friend is elected now. Now we can do whatever the fuck we want, and then he starts doing all this crazy shit.
Moving on up, move. Fuck, dude. Oh, it's so terrible.
Well, hopefully, there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Hey,
in
Georgia,
2021 maybe.
as of right now, if we're still hedging on Georgia right now, come on, guys. Hopefully, you guys put in the work today. Looks like you did.
All right,
Oh,
let's get to
dude.
Being Dead.
Oh, here we go. Okay, Being Dead. What is Being Dead? What are the origins? What is the lore? I love lore.
So let's play a game. Before we start, what do you think? Why do you think this person is being called Being Dead?
Well, considering you just showed me a Roger Stone video, I think it's some racist shit against Mexicans.
That's funny.
But
oh, go ahead.
God damn it, I really don't know because how things go now. Dude, there's so much weird fucking shit. I don't fucking know. Just tell me. I've been curious all day.
Well, I have to present it to you. So,
Okay.
But when I told Job about it earlier, he was like, he immediately thought, he goes, "Oh, tell me, Sal, and Alvaro are all Bean Dads."
Because they're Mexican. We're being
Job is El
dead.
Salvadorian. I started cracking up. I didn't even think about it that way.
I forgot about
But
that.
it's not political, and it's got nothing to do with
Race.
race. It has nothing to do with beaners.
Okay, you said it. So let's let's get into the presentation. You made a very beautiful PowerPoint.
All right, Bean Dad.
Oh my god!
If you're listening and you're not watching the YouTube video,
Bro,
it's just big penis.
if I'm your professor right now in college, you're off to a great start. You're well on the track into an A. So let's keep going. Being Dead.
So the boring part, you need the history of who Bean Dad is. Before he was Bean Dad, he was John Roderick. So he was the lead singer of the dad rock band, the Long Winters, and they're not super famous, and they don't have any crazy hit songs, but they're pretty big with like the indie hipster crowd. Do you know what dad rock is?
I no.
So dad
Bro,
rock is the best I can explain it is it's rock music, but it's for everyone, and you can play it at any function, and it would be appropriate. That's what dad rock
Ew.
is.
Okay.
Imagine, have you seen Pete and Pete?
Oh hell yeah!
It's
The
like
theme
the
song.
theme song. Okay? It's like that. Yeah,
I
so
love that
anyone,
song.
it's literally appropriate for any event. You can play it anywhere, and no one's gonna have a problem with it.
Okay. Okay.
So
I like this podcast that I'm reading right here.
yeah, so he's also he has an educational podcast with Ken Jennings, who you all may know from Jeopardy, and he's also set to host Jeopardy and take over for Alex Trebek since he passed away.
Wait, Bean Dad is?
No, Ken Jennings.
Oh god, I was getting like, what the fuck? But now what are they gonna do? Okay.
Yeah, no. So their podcast is called Omnibus, and it is really educational. I was listening to it earlier, and it's not anything flashy. It's just super informational.
By the way, I just gotta say, you've set this up like how Breaking Bad started, where they drop that he has cancer in the beginning, so you know it's gonna just end in a train wreck at some point.
So who knows?
But you're getting me to start liking the guy right away. So this is definitely
honestly, you
good.
might
You got me in it.
continue to like him, but we'll see.
Okay.
I'll tell you. I'm telling you, it's a very opinionated topic, which is why I'm bringing this up.
Okay.
Anyways, the podcast is called Omnibus, and he has another podcast about war films called Friendly Fire.
You had me at war.
Yeah. One of his songs from The Long Winters is the theme song for the My Brother and Me podcast, which is one of the biggest podcasts out right now.
Okay.
I love that podcast. But
so I'm assuming they're about to have a new song.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. They have a shit ton of listeners, so it's kind of a big deal for them. But for the audio listeners, can you describe what he looks like, Sam?
I mean, maybe Jack Black's cousin with glasses. He's
but super less goofy, like a John Goodman.
Yeah, he's super hipster dad. Like there's a wood splat background, like an ash wood as well. His hair is just the right amount of salt and pepper with glasses, just a good amount of chunk, but you can tell he still does some yard work every now and then. And just for a little bit of extra emphasis on the yard work, he's wearing a denim button-up, showing a very tasteful amount of upper chest.
With the oh my god, that was way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, no problem. So yeah, he's the epitome of a slightly chunky hipster dad in his 50s.
Yeah, he's got the thick frame glasses. Pretty much, if dad rock was in the dictionary, this would be the picture.
Yeah,
so he looks exactly like the genre. He looks like his band sounds.
What's that one YouTube channel that Dan used to watch all the time with the two country guys talking?
I don't know.
Whatever. Anyways, he's looking like a country white dude, but not too country, the hipster version.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's keep going.
Exactly.
Let's keep going. I'm super into it now.
All right, so let's see. So the story is, Bean Dad does a set of tweets that gets him in warm water, right?
Oh,
which leads into even hotter water later on. So let's get into warm water.
Okay, you slide.
Part 2,
yes.
The Bean Dad tweets. So so before I start explaining, and you should stop reading, there are so many tweets. There's like 26 tweets or something.
Wait.
And it's like a whole thing. I only posted a few. I'm going to explain the whole thing, right? So I'm going to read how he opens the tweets, okay? So here's the tweets. So yesterday, my daughter, age 9, was hungry, and I was doing a jigsaw puzzle. So I said over my shoulder, sorry, that's my text, "Make some baked beans." She said, "How?" like all kids do when they want you to do it. So I said, open a can and put it in a pot. She brought me the can and said, open it how? He says, with a can opener. She brought me the can opener and we both stared at it. I realized I'd never taught her how to use it. Most cans now have pull tops. I felt like a dope. What kind of apocalypse father doesn't teach his kid how to use a manual can opener? So I said, how do you think this works? She studied it and applied it to the top of the can, sideways. She struggled for a while and with a big dramatic sigh said, will you please just open the can? Apocalypse Dad was overjoyed. A teaching moment just dropped in my lap. So, you can see where these texts are going. It's written, there's a stylistic choice here. Right? He's like a fucking storyteller.
Yeah, okay. I'm not seeing. This is just some corny dad shit.
Yeah, there's nothing crazy going on right now.
Yeah.
So this is how he opens it. There's nothing wrong with it right now. The stylistic choice is to be some like Nobel Prize novel writer or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So this is where it gets a little warm. So he continues. He tries to teach her how to use a can opener, but he's not being very specific, and he's being, very loose with how he does it. So he says, at this point, she said, oh, so after he does it, this is like 18 tweets in. He goes, at this point, she said, I don't want baked beans, and marched off. Apocalypse Dad went into full the road mode. Sweetheart, neither of us will eat another bite today until we get into this can of beans. She screamed, like Lucy Van Pelt. She read a book for a while. I told her stories of some of the great cans I'd opened over the years. She rolled her eyes. We talked about industrial design and what a funny little device the opener is. I showed how I can open cans with a buck knife. I rhapsodized about cold SpaghettiOs straight from the can. She looked at me expectantly, excitedly. After 6 hours of trying, you don't want to express too much hope. Was this another blind alley? The can had been through hell, label ripped off, dented, sharpened, and burned, a veteran of 1,000 psychic wars. She knew, though. So she finally gets the can open. This was a 6-hour evolution from her saying, Dad, I'm hungry, I want beans, or I want to eat, and he says, open it with this can opener, figure it out yourself. And then he starts being weird and cryptic and saying, well, back in my day, blah, blah, blah. And she's just like, can you fucking feed me, please? This is a 6-hour event, right? Is there anything wrong with this so far to you?
Yeah, I don't know who Lucy Van Pelt is.
Okay. That's it?
I mean, besides this being incredibly boring and monotonous and very preachy for some reason, I do find it annoying, but nothing sticking out like, oh no.
Right. I agree.
Okay.
Well, people thought otherwise. The
Why?
reactions. Let's read some reactions. Your friend Dracula, the user Your Friend Dracula writes, I'm finally reading all the Bean Dad tweets and you can show someone how to use a new tool one time before you expect them to just use it. Jesus Christ. Brooklyn Dad Defiant writes, the Bean Dad story is ridiculous. He should have just fed her and then showed her how to use a damn can opener instead of leaving her hungry for 6 hours. That's abusive. She's 9 years old, and some of us don't learn very well when we're hungry, regardless of age. Jeez. Christina writes, your reaction... Okay, this is a big one, Sam. Your reaction to the Bean Dad is a great litmus test for whether you'll be confused or not when your kid stops talking to you someday.
What the fuck? Bro, what? Dude, what?
Your reaction to the reactions?
It's... Dude. Okay, he was cringy for being stupid and corny and trying to this is going to get on Reddit as such a cute dad thing. But instead, he got on Reddit for being an abusive... I wouldn't say he's an abusive dad, a stupid dad.
6 hours, though, Sam. Okay, well, first of all, let me just say I agree with you, but I'm going to play devil's advocate. 6 hours.
Bro, I've been hungry for that long too, if not longer, many times as a child and as an adult. And I'm pretty sure it's okay. You can survive it. And yeah, that's a stupid reason to go hungry for 6 hours. I mean, I highly doubt that went on for 6 hours. I'm pretty sure
No,
it
it
was
went on for 6
exaggerated.
hours. No, it went on for 6 hours. He says
Okay,
it went on for. He said in one of the tweets that I didn't post that it had been 6 hours.
6
He
hours
says finally
is pretty
after
ridiculous.
6 hours, after 6 hours, she finally got the can open or something.
Okay.
And he goes,
That is
he does
pretty
things
ridiculous.
like, I know I skipped all this, but I didn't want to read all of it. But he does things like, explain to me what you think this part does. And like he points to the gear. He's like, probably turns the can. What about this blade part? You know, this is whole long process of just telling her or trying to
Dude,
describe how to use a can opener.
bro, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and say that I highly doubt this was 6 hours because every parent I know, and this was a
No,
surefire
but-
trick that my brother used to use, that if
Damn,
you want to
he
get out of
says it was 6 hours. It was 6 hours. Plus, he also says
I doubt.
she like left and read and gave up for a while, and he still was like, well, we're not eating until, you know, he said, I read that part where he's like, we're not eating until you figure out how to get this can open.
Okay, now you bring that is a good point. Yeah. Well, even if you did, fuck, I've been sent to bed without dinner. It doesn't fucking kill you. It just sucks.
Right.
I don't get
See,
what the big deal is. Litmus test.
Yeah, this
Number
that girl
one-
is crazy.
Number one, bitch, I ain't. Bro, what?
What?
Oh my god, I don't know.
I know, it's
My fucking
frustrating.
mind is
I know
just.
it's frustrating.
It's super frustrating. I'm number one. I ain't having no kids, so it's not a big deal to me. But number two, dude, just because how I react to them doesn't mean that's gonna be the way I'm gonna fucking have no kids. Like I'm gonna treat them the way I deem appropriate, which is gonna be in a healthy way. But everyone makes mistakes, and one day of mild hunger
Mhm.
isn't the fucking end of the world. So, I mean, even one day without eating is uncomfortable, but it's not. I mean, did she have some water? I'm pretty sure she's
She's
fine.
also 9 years old and doesn't know how to use a can opener yet. Like, she's pretty young, Sam.
Yeah, I mean, you know, using a can opener at
Like, she
9, that's
can't
about
just-
the time you should be using it anyways, like learning.
Right. No,
So, I
think
mean,
earlier
shit,
than
so-
that, but
Her hands barely can fucking, you know, have coordination now, so it makes sense.
oh no way, you get
Bro,
that at 5.
I
Like,
still
4.
struggle with the can opener.
Oh
that
my
fucking
God.
Bro, that fucking blade, if it's not in new condition, it fucks itself constantly. So, anyways,
This is
the
warm water,
people
though.
are people are going. Oh no, he responds.
No.
Okay.
In fact, he doesn't respond yet. This is
Oh, good.
This is warm water because
Wait, it gets in hotter water?
it gets. I told you it would.
Oh
So,
god.
here's the thing.
Okay.
The people find out that he's kind of famous. He's kind of having a bad, a bad streak of tweets. He thought that this like cool novel idea of trying to teach his daughter this lesson somehow, maybe something she'll keep with her for the rest of her life, is now backfiring on him. And these tweeters, what do? They dig deeper,
Oh no.
and they do find things.
Some other tweets he posted.
Yeah. So
Hell.
they get into his past.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Okay.
The deeper dig. I'm gonna read these tweets to you for the audio listeners. Okay. Don't laugh, Sam.
I'm sorry. How am I not supposed to laugh when I see the first thing say, every time I use a word like gay or retarded, some gay retard reminds me those are hurtful.
I'm glad you understand that it's a joke, right? But you
I
don't know
know.
the guy. What if he was a
No.
homophobe and actually like?
Dude,
But
it's so fucking
here's the
funny
thing.
though.
Here's what's interesting is that me and you immediately understood that as
Uh,
a joke, right? Like it's an offensive joke, but
uh,
the thing is, okay, like
Okay,
We'll
this
say,
one
we'll say
is
offensive
this one.
jokes to me and you. Don't stop reading ahead.
Can I read them?
Okay, fine. But first,
Okay.
I just want to say, you and I say offensive jokes, but only to each other.
Correct.
And we understand that. The thing is, we understand that they can be hurtful to people, and we are very conscious of that. And we would.
I will say we do try to mini cancel each other as well.
Yeah, that's true. We
to
do.
each other.
We
That's-
do watch each other, and
It's
put each other in
funny.
our places. The thing is, this is a public forum, right?
Yeah,
so everyone can
I-
see it.
I think that now that I'm seeing these, it's a little more serious, and I think I'll give my explanation in a second. But
Okay.
this should
ahead.
say it. So the next one down says at Omegs. So this is actually a response to someone.
Mhm.
The fourth has been perverted by activists. Parentheses Jew judges and mud people apologists. The founders intended USA as white homeland. So that's fucking terrible.
Well,
And I'm starting to think it's real because he actually responded it to a specific fucking person.
mhm.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's see. Looks like some girl was talking about.
Yeah, read
Um,
her tweet also.
She says Matt's soccer team was called the Stormtroopers, but the mothers of the other teams made us change it because of the Nazis. What? Oh, okay. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
At Bailey Joe's, Jews ruin all the fun. Oh my god. Okay. Dave Anthony, I'm going to rape you next time I see you. Bad rape, not funny rape. Okay, that second part fucked that joke up. And the last one, once again, targeting old Megs. Maybe the white half of you that went to law school, and I can get. Oh my god. Let me restart that
Yeah,
because it
restart
gets
it.
fucked up real quick. Oh, Megs, maybe the white half of you that went to law school can get the black half of you out of jail on some boohoo technicality. Holy fuck. Okay, no, this guy's a shithead.
Really, I don't think that one was
That one
bad,
was.
because that one is actually talking about white privilege and how black people are all getting into jail.
Oh, yeah, it is, but
So
the
that one I don't
boohoo
think
part
is
was.
But like, so he's like,
But it's-
maybe the white half
yeah.
of you that went to law school can help get the black half out of jail on some boohoo technicality, because the boohoo technicality
Yeah,
works on
no,
white people.
I get
Right.
that, but still, it's just.
I get it.
My
Yes.
immediate reaction was visceral because it just. It hit all the wrong buttons, you know what I mean? So
Although,
I
okay,
get
so-
the point. Need a different delivery. If that was his point. At this point, taking all the other ones into account, that this is sense of humor, which is good. It definitely does not belong in a public forum. Like it's
True.
pretty.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So I agree that everything is super bad.
I mean,
Well,
and even
it's
the
all-
Trump
yeah.
explanation was, "I was only kidding." It was not gonna work here.
Yeah.
There's way too. And if this is just a sampling of the tweets,
no,
then
this is the
fuck.
gist of it.
Okay.
These are like the worst. So, but the thing is, right? He's an old. Jesus. I'm kind of an apologist, right? And not just for.
Oh,
not just
no.
for. I'm not like an apologist for racist people or whatever. I'm just, I'm an apologist for pretty much everything. I try to. You have to really do something super bad for me to like cancel you, right? Like I'm on
Correct.
I'm on Roseanne's side. I'm on James Gunn's side, who is the Guardians of the Galaxy guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is,
I mean, if you go back,
after what I
Eddie
read,
Murphy used to make a lot of gay jokes back in the day. So
true, but I mean,
it was a different time, but
Yeah,
not
exactly.
saying that was okay, but don't do it no more, you know?
and here's the thing: when I read these, I can tell that there was a sense of humor in them, but I knew none of it was really funny at all to me. But that's
The first one was hilarious.
But the thing is, he's an old man. He doesn't understand that it's a public forum. Everyone can read it, and like it's not just you joking around with it.
I mean,
Well,
he
also,
understands it
yeah,
enough
you're
to
right.
use it
Okay.
pretty regularly.
Also, I take that back.
And
he fucking understands because he's responding to people too.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's using ats and everything. Everyone I know who's old who uses social media and doesn't know how to use it doesn't use any of that. Doesn't have a cool fucking picture like that of themselves.
Well, that's just the hipster in him.
Yeah, and is definitely not verified.
Okay, so I mean, well, the thing is, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
you can. I mean,
is this cancel worthy? I don't know about all that, but he's definitely a dick.
Let's say you're at work and you say these jokes to people, and they'll be like, "That's inappropriate." You'll be like, "My bad." But I mean, it's not a situation where you say something and then they're like, "I'm reporting you to the boss immediately." Right? Do you agree, or do you think no?
No, because they're small enough to where they would go under the radar in person, and you just kind of shrug it off as that guy's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're obviously bad. Like, ooh, bro, that's pretty funny. But you better watch when you say that shit around here.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
All right. What other evidence we got? What's next? This is part 4. I know you got more in here.
Part 5.
Yeah, let me see part 5.
That's what they found. Part 5, we're going to talk about the fallout. So, Ken Jennings, who is his co-host, and he's a likable guy. He won all those Jeopardy games, and he's taking over for Alex Trebek. He does his statement. Well, I'm just going to read this. So, Jennings, who co-hosts the podcast Omnibus with Roderick, initially joked about the writer-musician's Bean Dad fiasco, tweeting, "Extremely jealous and annoyed that my podcast co-host is going to be in the dictionary, is going to be a dictionary entry, and I never will. If this reassures anyone, I personally know John to be A, a loving and attentive dad who, B, tells heightened far-fetched stories about his own irascibility on like 10 podcasts a week. This site is so dumb." But when confronted about Roderick's weird anti-Semitic shit, quote unquote, from Jennings, he responded, "If we're word searching through old tweets now, it's pretty easy to find what he actually thinks about anti-Semitism. On our show, he's always the pro-Israel one." He later added that there's no axis where any anti-Semitic screenshot represents any actual opinion I've ever heard from him. And then
he's always the pro-Israel one implies that Jennings isn't pro-Israel.
Yeah, I know. The My Brother and Me, which he does the theme song for, those guys responded, "For reasons we're sure you're all aware of, we're getting started finding new music for My Brother and Me. Probably hear a filler theme song on this week's episode. We're not sure what'll come after that. Honestly, we hope you'll stick around to find out." You know, pretty much saying that, this guy's going to get canceled. We don't want to be associated with that. This is the fallout, is, you know, everyone just being,
defending him or just
going back to 2011, 2012 and saying, like, this guy fucked up. Do you want to compare this, though, to what James Gunn did? You know what James Gunn did, right?
He said something about gay people. Yeah.
No, he said some pedophile shit, but clearly they were meant as jokes. He said pedophile jokes and stuff like that. They were pretty bad, but they were clearly worst. Okay, I don't want to say clearly, but I mean you can tell that they could be jokes.
Bad are dead baby jokes. I hate those.
Yeah, but I mean, not dead baby. I'm talking about like molesting.
No, I know. I said that dead baby's the second place to those.
Yeah,
that's being worked.
But they were clearly jokes or whatever. But but the thing is, everyone was like, "Okay, he's good. He apologized and he has to make Guardians of the Galaxy 2, so uncancel him."
Oh yeah, that was a pretty good movie. So, let's see. So Jennings, his last response. I mean, he makes a good point. Like, if you find you can dig back at anyone and find some shit that they're gonna regret having said or done. That's true, but I mean, it's kind of hard. This is why cancel stuff gets so divisive and shitty, because at the end of the day, we're all fallible. Everyone's made mistakes that everyone would be pissed off about, if they come to hear like, oh, so-and-so said this, so-and-so did this, whatever. And, the friendship breaking things. I mean, fuck, friendships end over people owing someone $50 that they haven't paid for fucking years. So, I mean, it's just this telegraph fucking technology of everyone being able to get the message as well and make their own judgments without knowing someone is kind of unfair. That being said, I mean, Jennings said he's the pro-Israel one. It still gets me. It's like, so you're
I think the fact that Ken Jennings was so light about it proves. I mean, it doesn't prove anything, but it shows pretty good. It paints a pretty good picture how much this isn't this guy,
Yeah, I hear you. I do
So,
also.
There's I want to get through his apology before we come to our conclusions about the guy.
Okay, cool. Let's get.
It's not a crazy long apology, but it is. I did divide it into two parts because he does apologize for the daughter thing first, and then he apologized for this anti.
Why did he apologize for the daughter?
Well, here's we're gonna listen to it because, and I'll give you my opinion before I read the apology. A quick one. I think this is the best apology I've ever read in the history of internet apologies.
I don't know. Puge does some pretty good ones.
It's really good.
Okay.
And yeah, so it's actually going to make you rethink a lot about what you said about him before and after. So we'll start with the first apology, apologizing about the daughter incident, the can opener, the bean incident. So,
oh my God.
Here's his apology. My parenting stories, insensitivity, and the legacy of hurtful language in my past are both profound failures. I want to confront them directly. My story about my daughter and the can of beans was poorly told. I didn't share how much laughing we were doing, how we had a bowl of pistachios between us all day as we worked on the problem, or that we'd both had a full breakfast together a few hours before. Her mother was in the room with us all day and alternately laughing at us and telling us to be quiet while she worked on her laptop. We all took turns on the jigsaw puzzle. I framed the story with me as the asshole dad because that's my comedic persona, and my friends and my fans and friends know it's a bit. What I didn't understand when posting the story was that a lot of the language I used reminded people very viscerally of abuse they'd experienced at the hand of a parent. The idea that I would withhold food from her or force her to solve a puzzle while she cried or bind her to the task for hours without a break, all were images of child abuse that affected many people very deeply. Rereading my story, I can see what I'd done. I was ignorant, insensitive to the message that my pedant dad comedic persona was indistinguishable from how abusive dads act, talk, and think. I woke up yesterday to find that I had become #BeanDad. I was a locus for tremendous outpouring of anger and grief. It took me hours to fully grasp. I reread the story and saw clearly that I'd framed it so poorly, so insensitively. BeanDad, full of braggadocio and dickhead swagger, was hurting people. I conjured an abusive parent that many people recognize from real life. I'm deeply sorry for having participated in more hurt in the world, for having prolonged or exacerbated it by fighting back and being flippant when confronted, and for taking my Twitter feed offline yesterday instead of facing the music. I wish the parents I modeled didn't exist. I wish no one had to grow up with a parent who tortured them physically or emotionally. I would never intentionally make light of those experiences, and I'll never underestimate again the pain I can cause with some poorly chosen words and by acting defensively when challenged. Thoughts on part
Very
one?
healthy. Very fucking healthy response and understanding of
Right.
what he did. That's goddamn. Oh, I'm exonerated. Shit, dude.
But this
Fucking-
is the apology for the warm
Yeah.
he was in, right? But still,
So
it
this
was
is the
fucking-
first. There's multiple apologies. Dang.
Well, it's all one apology, but I broke it up in two.
Oh, okay,
One
cool.
was for this, one was for the anti-Semitic shit.
Yeah. Let me hear the one about the racism
Okay,
because I
so-
gotta hear about the Jews.
All right, here we go. So he continues. As for the many racist, anti-Semitic, hurtful, and slur-filled tweets from my early days on Twitter, I can only say this. Excuse me.
Dang, he did
I'll
say
edit
that.
out.
Don't. It
Okay.
sounds like how his dad probably wrote it. Let me have a beer before I put this one down to paper.
Whoops. Okay, I can say only this. All of those tweets were intended to be ironic or sarcastic. I thought then that being an ally meant taking the slurs of the oppressors and flipping them to mock racism, sexism, homophobia, and bigotry. I'm humiliated by my incredibly insensitive use of the language of sexual assault and casual banter. It was lazy and damaging ideology that I continue to believe long past the point I should have known better, that because I was a hipster intellectual from a diverse community, it was okay for me to joke and deploy slurs in that context. It was not. I realized sometime in the early part of the decade, helped by real-life friends and Twitter friends too, that my status as a straight white male didn't permit me to repurpose those slurs as people from disenfranchised communities do. They were injurious, regardless of my intent, because the words themselves have power, and because actual violence is often prefaced by people saying, I'm not racist, but... That was wrong, so I stopped. I'm a middle-aged, middle-class, straight white male, and I try to be cognizant of that and of the responsibility my privileges entail in everything I do. In this case, it was precisely my privilege of not living in an abusive family, of not being a member of the community that routinely experiences real trauma, that caused me to so grossly misjudge the impact of the language I chose. And
A+. That is one of the best apologies I've ever heard.
Right? Because it's super self-aware.
Very, very,
or not
very,
just
very.
self-aware, I mean like aware.
I like that apology. It's a very... He broke down every point of contention, which is rare. And he owned them, and he apologized for them, and he acknowledged that there's growth still to be done. That's pretty much all you can do. So, he's not saying that he's never going to do those things again. He's acknowledging his fallibility, and everyone's for that matter. So, but without passing the blame, he took on full responsibility. That is such a healthy mindset right there now. So, I mean, if he didn't write this, a therapist definitely fucking did. So, I mean, it's really, what?
He's pretty smart, honestly.
I wouldn't wear a t-shirt for the guy, but I definitely would be like, hey, cut him some slack, you know?
Right.
That's really good.
He did it pretty eloquently. But the thing is, that sucks, is after doing some more digging on this topic, because cancel culture is so common or whatever, people...
He already lost his house.
They don't fully try to take in the people involved, right?
No.
Because it happens so often. And it's like, so he, after this apology, so when I saw this apology, it was like a link that's this website, Stereogum, which is a music blog site. They posted, John Roderick posted an apology for the Bean Dad and anti-Semitic shit. And when you go to the comments, it's pretty fucking clear that no one read the apology, because they're like, they said a lot of, they're like, still heavy on him, and they were like, if he wanted to take down, or if he really cared about those things he said, he would have taken those down earlier, blah blah blah. Or I read his anti-Semitic and homophobic stuff, and it's bad, real bad. No apology can come back from what he said, right? But I just read the full apology to you.
Yeah.
You agree that it
was heartfelt, and it's the whole, these are the same people that don't read a full news article. They read like the headline. They get caught by clickbait, and I mean, we all do at some point anyways, but people just want to be mad to be fucking mad, and it's I don't know. I mean, it's the same thing. We look back at those pictures of any kind of execution or lynching or whatever, and we're like, oh, how could those people stand there and watch that? Not that this is comparable, but there's some kind of thing in our DNA, I think, that likes to watch others get, get fucking in the shit, because it's like, oh, at least I'm not that guy, kind of a thing,
Right.
It's fucking weird, and they've already gotten what they want out of it, and there's no point to dig in. They don't want to look at the, there's no empathy in it in reality. I mean, if they really cared, it'd be like, oh, yo, dude, someone's friend this guy's friends need to reach out to this guy and like put him in check, or this guy needs to get some help, to educate himself a little bit about the things
that's
talking about.
rarely the take these days.
It never is, unfortunately.
I mean, everyone's reaction is almost always going to be, for some
Pitchfork.
reason, the internet made everyone's initial reaction burn him at the stake.
Yeah.
Like with Kanye, the Kanye thing. Like, I get he says some really stupid shit, right? But people don't really take in.
I mean,
a lot of factors that go into what he says. The dude is straight up bipolar. One, he's bipolar. Two, the dude lost his mother, who he had millions of songs for. Yeah, like, she obviously wasn't just like, one of his parents. Is like his favorite person in the world.
And I think it's obvious that he doesn't have all the switches flipped in his head. Like, when you're that big of a genius, I'm a firm believer in, like, if you're good at something, there's other things you're not going to be good at. And it's like, I don't know, like, fate balances it out. Like, oh, you're going to be really good at this, and you're going to be really good at that. But your pee-pee size is very small, like some kind of shit like that, where, like, one way or another, everyone's going to have a leg up in one area, but you're not going to have it in all areas,
Yeah. And I just think it's, yeah, exactly. But it's awful to have a reaction that's, this guy said black people or slavery was a choice. Fucking kill this guy. This guy fucking sucks. I hate him. When it should just be like, oh man, shouldn't have said that. That's bad. But they have to be so extreme about their reactions towards things, right?
It's definitely, it's tough. I mean, like, even this guy, I think, in his apology, he illustrated it just fucking beautifully. Like, I wish he would have told the original tweets in this good a tone, because he hit on the head. Like, I didn't realize that the word choices, like, the words have power, and that they struck a chord with people who'd gone through actual abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Just like they struck a chord with people who've experienced racism or seen racism, or like all these things, and so definitely there's a lot of shit there that he makes good points on. Cancel culture in general, it sounds like there's initial reaction to some personal pain someone's experience. The one thing that does trip me out, though, is that there are fucking people who they'll pull over on the side of the road to fucking watch the fire, and it's like, and I don't get that. And that's what a lot of this is, and it's not cool. Like, the litmus test chick, it's like, bro.
Oh my god, that's the worst.
I was like, dude, that's like,
well, first of all, that's like
just abusive. It's like, okay, at least you can get that, but it's like, oh, if that shit was like, not only if you're this guy, but if you even agree with him or like him, then that means you're a fucking piece of shit. It's like, whoa, what the hell?
Yeah, exactly.
Damn, dude. Like, anyone who likes fucking strawberry ice cream, it must love fucking sticking their dick in it. It's like, dude, what? Like, where are you drawing these dots? Like, I don't fucking get it, man. The things don't always connect. But then again, we do live in the era where all these conspiracy theories are going around. So, are we really that surprised that this shit goes on?
That's very true.
Yeah.
But, Listen, the Roseanne Barr thing, I felt like I was the only one who was
No, I was.
clear-headed about that situation, right? So just to remind you what Roseanne did, this was way back when, almost the same time as the James Gunn thing, maybe a little
Yeah.
earlier. But
Right. Yeah.
who was it? Condoleezza. She said,
About like a monkey thing.
maybe it wasn't Condoleezza, a black female politician.
Yeah.
She
It was.
said she looked like, um, she looked like one of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, immediately it was like, racist, fucking racist, racist, racist. And then
Yeah.
they started looking into more things like, oh look, she did she said some anti-Semitic shit. But it's like,
I mean,
but if you look into it further, her like not I don't know if it was her grandma or her mother, I think it was her mother, was like housing the Jewish refugees from and protecting them from the Nazis back in the day,
yeah.
and it's like, what are you talking about? I'm not anti-Semitic. I was part of this whole this whole thing. She appeared in that Jewish magazine. Well, I mean, that's kind of bad, but it was, if you understand the context, right? So she's posting in a Jewish magazine of her baking and pulling like gingerbread men out of a fucking oven or something. I don't remember exactly, but there was definitely an oven involved. And immediately people were like, this is not a good look. And it's not a good look, but you have to understand the context, like who Roseanne Barr is. Like,
yeah,
isn't
Roseanne's
she
been
Jewish?
provocative
If
since.
not, yeah, but that too.
Forever.
You're right.
I mean, remember her singing the national anthem like super disrespectfully and in her full Roseanne voice.
Yeah.
It was fucking hilarious. I mean, people found it super terrible, which in one way it definitely is, but it's fucking Roseanne, so it's hilarious too.
And
But I really feel really bad for her, dude, because like
yeah, because she
I don't
got it
think
the worst, I think.
she did. She doesn't have. I don't think she has that kind of a vindictive, mean bone in her body like that. I feel like
Exactly. I feel the same way. I don't think she's trying to be hurtful at all.
No,
I mean,
you
like
can-
she's trying to throw punches, but she's not trying to be, trying to
I think with
purposely
comedians,
offend people, I mean, like that. I mean,
with comedians, when it comes to that shit too, it's like they're always searching for a bit, and the whole point with comedy is like you got to push those limits. You got to push those limits because what's the next funny joke that's gonna push it, and it's tough. I mean, I think that comedians have really enjoyed being able to like kind of test the waters on a joke by having the online forum to do it. Instead of just having to like, well, I got to go do the stand up tonight and see if this joke lands or fucking flops. Now they can do this, and like for Roseanne, I don't know if she was thinking that, but I think it's just in her to just throw it out there and see where the shit lands. But I saw this interview with her later where they just like hung out with her for the day, kind of a thing, and she's just like a regular old like divorced mom, and I just felt super bad for her.
yeah.
I was like, man, this lady, like, you can tell when someone's a bit more fucking hateful or has some real unhealthy or shitty fucking beliefs.
Yeah, when they're an actual racist or if they're not,
and I think
you can tell.
and I think we
clearly.
all do. Yeah, I think we do all have some inclinations to think some shit that's came from a bad place, like some racist shit. Like you may not be a full-fledged, I'm gonna fuck up every person of this whatever, but you could still have some racist shit in you where you're making a pre-assessed judgment. Of course, I'm sure she has it just like any of us do. I mean, if anyone who says they don't have a racist bone in their body either is very racist or doesn't want to be aware of their fallibility, and it's like, then both of those are shitty in my opinion. So if with Roseanne, it's like I totally forgot about Bean Dad, because Bean Dad, did not get it near as bad as that. Man, cancel culture is fucking sad, dude. It's
It
just
is.
like
Yeah, it
because
is.
it's, especially if you go after someone's livelihood, it's like, well, bro, you didn't even think about the whole story, and you, of course, you weren't because you're into this shit. But fuck, dude, like, this person's got their home, their mortgage, they maybe take care of a parent, their kids, whatever. Now their kids are gonna get made fun of at school too, and all this shit. It's like, bro, you
Right,
you
but what
just
it's what
victimized more people.
yeah, but what
Like
they're
you
thinking
didn't
is
stop it.
but what they're thinking is racists don't deserve that. But like what if they're not racist? They just made a racy joke.
Or what if they're human beings? And in my experience, the more you put someone to a corner, the more they fucking become the thing you're saying they were, or they just
True.
fight and bite back.
I agree
And
with that heavily.
yeah, I don't know what people are expecting by doing this. All you're gonna end up doing is, instead of creating the world and the beliefs that you want, you're going to push people back into the opposite corner. Because now it's not about
Probably
the
not
beliefs
everyone.
anymore.
Probably
Yeah,
not
but
everyone, but like
enough of a people to make an impact.
yeah, there are people who will react that way.
I mean,
where it's like,
look at the
okay, you
Trump
want me
shit.
to fucking be a fucking racist? I'll be a fucking racist. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
What? I'm
you know,
going to swap meet tomorrow, and I'm buying some fucking Confederate flags. Yeah, like,
yeah, the point of their outrage isn't to help; it's to just
it's to
burn
destroy.
people. Yeah, exactly.
They just, man,
And
this
the thing
this
that
took
sucks.
a way darker turn than I thought this was going to. Fuck,
Um,
depressing as all shit.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Roseanne really got the shit end of the stick because she got her show canceled. She was supposed to make the Roseanne show come back, and people were actually hyped about it.
Oh yeah,
And they just straight up canceled her ass. Like she isn't doing that show anymore. Her fucking Instagram was like set up, ready to go, had followers, and then all of a sudden there's no followers. There's no talk of the new Roseanne show coming up. There's no hype behind it anymore. And James Gunn got to do fucking Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
yeah.
The new fucking Suicide Squad for DC. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't get it. The thing is, the people will cancel who they want to cancel. Because James Gunn, or because Roseanne Barr was a Trump supporter.
You know,
Sucks. I mean, but I just think she was pretty ignorant on it. Or if even not, she wasn't. It's still not enough to be canceled over just supporting Donald Trump. That's a different.
You know what I think too? This brings me all the way back to, and I know this dot's already been connected by other people, like the original person who was canceled or slut shamed, like Monica Lewinsky.
Mm-hmm.
And I fucking feel so bad. Like, people were willing to, like, really give Bill Clinton the benefit of the doubt on everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then even, like, go ahead and just say, okay, yeah, he obviously did that shit. But everyone still was totally willing to make fun of and relentlessly shit on and make fun of this young woman who was not in a position of power and just and she really didn't do anything. In fact, if that were to happen now, she would be a Me Too hero for like bringing it up,
Mm-hmm.
But because obviously a man with the position of power to manipulate you into doing this shit,
Mm-hmm.
and
everyone's like, oh,
and
well,
everyone
he's
just
fucking liberal. So,
yeah, exactly. It's definitely super fucked, man. I mean, I feel going back to there, it's like nothing's changed. In fact, it's created its full evolution and just gotten as worse as bad as possible. Like the non-bullying campaign may have worked for kids, and now kid bullying numbers have gone down, supposedly, I hope.
Mm-hmm.
But goddamn, no one did anything for adult bullying, because that's all this shit is. It's fucking, oh, cool. It's just another manifestation of the same shit people did to each other in high school.
So true.
Yeah.
That's exactly what. Okay, well, so here's the thing. Sometimes cancel culture will get some pretty shitty people, but
it's a wide net.
Yeah, the initial reaction shouldn't be fucking get this guy. He's the worst person in the world. You know, like take a step back and try to, see it as an actual human being that you're talking about instead of a fucking tweeter. You know what I mean? Because that's all they see it as is just some fucking guy that's on Twitter. And like they'll be in they'll be in arguments all day with random people. So it's just like that's all it is. Like they just get so used to talking shit on the internet. like fuck you Trump, fucking Trump supporter, fuck you, blah 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 blah. And then fuck you, and then fuck you, and then fuck you, and then it gets to this guy, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, you're fucking abusive to your fucking daughter, you piece of shit." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's like they just get so caught up in it that they don't realize anymore that, they're kind of overdoing it at some point. You
and
can
this
call
is
someone
all
a racist piece of shit. But there's that shitty mob mentality that really starts to get out of hand,
Well, now we know why we won't be going to space and colonizing other planets. We're retarded. We're going. Oh shit! I said it. Whoops. We definitely ain't going nowhere, dude. I didn't learn a goddamn thing this whole podcast. Might as well give up now. We ain't doing nothing.
Yeah. Well, that's being dad.
Dude, that reminds me of that last time we were talking.
I was researching the whole. Oh my fucking god! Let me talk. I was just researching the whole thing, and the whole time I'm talking to myself, having my own opinions. Like I'm opposing my own opinion or something. Like I was like, dude, I need to talk about this with someone. So that's why I decided to do the fucking.
It's great. That was a good one.
Yeah. But
By the way, I give you a 98 for your presentation. Very well done.
No, that doesn't leave room for improvement.
Oh, I'm sorry, 75.
There we go. I would give myself a 70. Yeah. Because
not enough graphics, not enough different backgrounds. Remember
like
we used to do Power? It was great. The format was fantastic, but it just reminded me of when we used to make PowerPoints when we were in high school, and whoever had the busiest, craziest backgrounds won.
I never did that.
Oh, dude, I remember that shit. It was like, who cares about your content? I gotta get those good backgrounds.
Dude, I always made the best PowerPoints in high school. One time we did, in one of our computer classes, was like a class on PowerPoint or whatever. Teacher was like, I want you to just do a PowerPoint and school us all on something that you like or whatever. And it was me, Job, and I think someone else on our team. But
oh no, the DECA crew?
Yeah, no, it wasn't DECA. It was a computer class, Mr. Metcalf's class.
What was your background? Parachute man?
No, we did it on music, and like we just fucking put like country music. We put like a bunch of pictures of country music bands or whatever, but like people got a kick out of that shit. But the point is, no one else did any fucking work but me because I wanted to. I wanted full control.
You do have control issues, but this is where it comes into its full bloom because it worked so well. It is like just a screen of the 2603 podcast border. So clean. The lines are so nice.
Yeah.
It was very beautiful.
The thing that sucks though is that I gotta do research every time I want to do something like this, and then I have to actually work and put into it.
I don't care, Donkey. Keep shelling out this shit. It's great.
You should do one.
Oh, bro. First off, you need to give me a topic then, because immediately I'm going to go deep.
Thing. You have to find your own topic.
Oh my god, bro. You're going to hate me for the topics I choose.
Why?
Number one, you're going to get...
an example of something that you would do.
Okay, well, first off, we're going to delve deep into Lord of the Rings.
Why they should nerf this gun in Call of Duty.
No. It's going to be... It's gonna be like why Gollum is the most interesting character in Lord of the Rings or shit like that.
Well, you better make it fucking interesting. I don't care what the topic is as long as it's interesting. Honestly.
God damn it, dude. We're going back to school. We're fucking writing papers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I actually do love writing research papers. This was so fun.
Nerd. Yeah, this the 2603 podcast, the PowerPoint season.
2603. God damn, I'm trying to think how that relates to fucking school, but I almost said it again. I'm not smart.
You're fucking dumb.
Yeah. Oh well, that's all right. We didn't learn our lessons, but we found that very entertaining.
How do you, the audience, feel about being dad? Because, dude, sometimes I feel like this is why I kind of hate both of us agreeing on the topic, but it's gonna happen more often than not. That's why we're fucking friends, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, I wish that we didn't agree on it, so then someone who's listening can be on a side. Like, what if there was someone that was like, no, this guy's a fucking asshole. These two are fucking idiots, right?
Honestly, I don't. We all are assholes. We're all assholes at different times. Right. The person I am right now is not the same person I was this morning or yesterday or 6, 10, 20 years ago. So, fuck that logic.
Yeah. But, cool. Well, that was fun. Definitely want to do another one sooner than later. Just keep it going.
Very fun. All right.
But
so next time will be nerd time.
Do you really want to do the next one?
Yeah, maybe. I'm thinking about it now, but if it's nerd time,
just start
you'll notice that the listening times will be less than 5 minutes. 5 minutes in, people are going to eject.
If you put me in the passenger seat, I'm way too opinionated to let it go less than an hour.
Dude, I guarantee whatever shitty presentation I get going will actually be even funnier from your reactions.
Yeah, because if you put me in the passenger seat, I'm way too opinionated.
Actually, everyone should know this too, because it's only our friends who listen. So that if you say something, or Daniel or anybody, I'm more than likely gonna be agreeable. If I say something, it will be disassembled and burned and destroyed.
Not every time.
No, but most times. If I'm the one coming up with it, it's gonna get picked. So that'll be a good one, actually.
Well, that's not true, because it happens. You'll disagree with something I have to say too. It's just that the way you end your arguments aren't strong enough.
No, well, here's my perfect example, and this is 95% of the time the reaction I get. I'll bring something up, something I find interesting. Oh, blah 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 blah, and then insert Andrew and/or Josh and/or Daniel. Well, that's gay. The usual fucking reaction.
I don't know if he would say gay anymore. Probably say stupid as fuck.
No, believe me, everyone. He says gay when we're not here. He says it all the time. Well, so, anyways, we didn't learn our lesson. So, thank you.
So I'm probably gonna see if I can draft a few more of these things up. I just gotta ask you what you do or do not know about. Point is, you have to try to educate me. I'll try to educate you, and then we'll come back with some strong topics. This is the new format for season 5 of the 2603 podcast.
The best season.
2021 season. 2603 2021 season. The PowerPoint season. Everyone's going to learn something. And it's going to be not... it's not going to be very helpful for you in your life, but at least you learned something.
Hell yeah. Welcome back to community college.
All right. Well,
all right.
Thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all later.
All right. Later, everybody.